If you do these 5 things for the next 90 days, you'll be ahead of 95% of Americans financially. 78% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. 69% of Americans have less than $1,000 in savings. We're gonna give you a 90-day plan. In this generation, I don't know what's going on, man. It bothers me so much, but I could be out on a date, I could be out with friends, and I say, yeah, that's just not in the budget, and that word just turns people off. And if you like today's episode, and if you're saying, Anthony, I like this plan, but I need daily accountability, and you definitely want to go check out the app. I want you to track every single dollar for 2 weeks. So this means every single day when you wake up, I need you to know how much money you spent yesterday. So this morning, I woke up with almost a $1,600 bill. Family, I just want to pause for a quick second. And I want to personally say thank you. Seriously, and I mean this. Thank you for watching, and thank you for listening, and thank you for being a part of this journey. You know, recently we crossed over 1 million subscribers, and that's not just a number to me. You know, when I really think about that, that's 1 million lives. That's 1 million families. That's 1 million stories, and millions, and I mean it's millions of people who are choosing to break free from debt and build real wealth for their children, for their families, for their communities. If you've gotten even a little bit of value from this channel, if you've learned something, felt encouraged, or just felt seen, one of the greatest things you can do is hit that subscribe button. It's not just for me and my team, but it's also for you. You see, because when you subscribe, you're joining a community of millions who are getting out of the red and into the black and building a legacy that lasts. So if you're ready to keep growing, to keep learning, and to keep winning with your money, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and join this amazing family. I'm grateful for you. I'm gonna say that one more time. I am grateful for you. And honestly, I can't wait to see what we build together in our community. All right, today's show is gonna be special. I worked hard on this one, so let's get to it. Let's get straight into it in today's episode, all right? If you do these 5 things for the next 90 days, you'll be ahead of 95% of Americans financially. I'm not talking about the getting rich quick overnight. No. This is about building a foundation that most people will never have. And I genuinely do mean this. And I just pray that you all are really understanding what I'm saying. Because with us launching this new community of In the Black, we have the app. We have some amazing things that we're going to be announcing inside the app. As a matter of fact, if you haven't gotten the app, I would highly encourage you to go to anthonyoneal.com/app and join thousands of people who've already downloaded this app. We'll be launching the private community at the top of next month. I don't want my community to be in this stat. 78% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. 78% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. 69% of Americans have less than $1,000 in savings. And the majority of people have no plan, they have no system, and they have no strategy. But I think today's episode, which is being brought to you by In the Black, our new app, we're going to give you a 90-day plan. And if you like today's episode, and if you're saying, Anthony, I like this plan, but I need daily accountability, then you definitely want to go check out the app. Because this is an app that is a money coach in your pocket, and every single day you wake up, it analyzed your bank account, it analyzed your credit cards, it analyzed all of your investment accounts, and it wakes up and it tells you, hey, you are on track. Do this today for your specific 90-day plan or 120-day plan, or if you sign up for a year plan. Do this today. Watch this video from Anthony O'Neal from his escape plan course, right? Like, if you like today's episode and you want accountability to make sure that you hit this within the next 90 days, you need to download the app today. You need to download the app today. Go to anthonyoneil.com/in the black, and we're going to have that inside of today's show notes. But here's the very first month one, first 30 days when it comes to the next 90 days. I call this weeks 1 through 2, know your numbers. All right. You got to get clear. This is, I would say, the foundation. You see, most people have no idea where their money is going. They're guessing, they're hoping and wondering, why am I always living paycheck to paycheck? Why do I only have X amount of dollars in the bank? Why do I not have financial freedom? Why am I working from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. every single day and I'm still stressed? It's because you don't have a system put in place. It's because you're just winging it. And one of the plans that I teach inside the app is you got to track every dollar. And so for the next 30 days, I want you to track every single dollar for 2 weeks. So this means every single day when you wake up, I need you to know how much money you spent yesterday. Even if it's just 50 cents, you need to know I spent 50 cents yesterday. There's so many different apps out there that can help you do it, but the best one that will automatically do it and take stress off of you is In the Black. And inside of it, you'll learn the different categories: income, housing, food, transportation, any kind of consumer debt that you're in, entertainment, subscriptions, dating, children, and everything else. We literally help you automatically. We ask you questions. Hey, how much do you spend on kids a month? Hey, how much do you do this? Hey, you know what? I noticed yesterday you spent money at McDonald's. Is this inside your food budget? Because if it is, you already are over. Or if it is, hey, you only have X amount of dollars left this month. Keep that in mind going into tomorrow. You see, I remember working with one of my community members who swore she was just bad with money. She got access to the app, tracked her spending for a little while, and found an extra $400 a month going to subscriptions and DoorDash. You see, that's when the light bulb kicked off, because then she then asked the app, hey, I found $400 over here. Can you help me find another $300? And it helped her find another $500. Check this out, family. Did you know that nearly 4 in 10 Americans still have zero money invested in the stock market? That's a gap where wealth is built or missed. If you're just saving, you're falling behind, because the markets average close to about a 10% a year for a century, while your savings account is barely keeping up with inflation. I want to make this plain. If you wait just 5 years to start investing, you could lose out on hundreds of thousands of dollars in future wealth. That's not hype, that's real math. The wealthiest 10% of Americans now own over 90% of all stocks, because they started and they stayed consistent. But here's the thing. You don't need to be rich to honestly get inside of the investing game. With platforms like SoFi Invest, Public, and Moomoo, you can open an account today, start with as little as $1, literally, and buy fractional shares of the same assets that have built generational wealth for millions. No commissions, 100% no excuses on your end. Listen, I need you to hear me clearly. Stop sitting on the sidelines. Go to anthonyoneil.com/invest right now to compare the top investing platforms and open your first investing account today. Your future self and your children's children will thank you for taking action right now. We have to start building wealth, not just watching others get rich. Do not let another year go by. As a matter of fact, don't let another day go by. Take the first step, family. Visit anthonyoneil.com/invest. Let's get to work. Let's start investing ASAP. Let's get back to the show. You see, here's some of the action steps of what I really want you to do today. I want you to download In the Black today. And then for the next 14 days, I need you to track it. I need you to see exactly how much money are you spending within 14 days and where are you spending the money. Hear me clearly. This is important. Where are you spending the money? I don't want you to judge yourself. I just want you to be aware, because if you're aware, then you can properly make changes that would then, right, change your future. And what I love about the app is before the 14 days are up, we're going to tell you where you need to change your money. You don't even have to ask yourself. When you wake up every single morning, we're going to tell you, hey John, hey Rebecca, can we change this? Because if you change this, you're going to have an extra $200. If you change this, man, you could possibly put $1,000 back in your pocket. Inside the app, we strategically are looking for anywhere $600 to $1,200 to put back in your pocket a month. And the truth of the fact is, you may not even like what we're going to tell you. But nothing extraordinary happens within your comfort zone. So we're going to stretch you out of your comfort zone a little bit. And we're going to change your mindset around money. So by this time next year, you are financially free. And now in the app, you're tracking your wealth building. You're tracking your investments. So that's step number one. You can't fix what you do not measure. You can't. Now let's give your money an actual job. Now, weeks 3 through 4, I need you to create your first real budget. Okay? And you got to create a budget. You see, average people see a budget as a prison. In this generation, I don't know what's going on, man. It bothers me so much. But I could be out on a date, I could be out with friends, and I say, yeah, that's just not in the budget. And that word just turns people off. But I'm like, how does having a plan for your money turn people off? Because having a plan for my money has allowed me to buy the things that I want to buy. You see, one thing I've learned, and when I'm around my wealthy friends, man, wealthy people see a budget, aka plan, as a plan to win. I was talking to my good friend, and him and his wife sat down and said, all right, babe, let's go through the budget for the year. This is what we know we would averagely make throughout this year. What do you want to buy? He wants to buy a brand new, Ferrari. He a big boy. His wife wants to be able to take their kids somewhere. I forgot where he said. Then they want to do some improvements to their house. Then they want to go ahead and save and invest a little bit more this year because they're getting closer to retirement age. So now they have a budget that they are honestly now uploading inside of my brand new app in the black. And they're like, yo, this app is helping us know, okay, hey, you have freedom. Go buy the Ferrari, or go do this, or go do that. Only average people, and I'm going to go here, only broke people see budget as a prison. That's it. Only broke people see budgeting as a prison. But for me, every single day, every time I get paid for my company, I assign every dollar a job before the month starts. Before I spend it, I assign it. Before I spend it, I assign it. I'm going to say it one more time. Before you spend a dollar, it should already be assigned to where you're spending it. And if you're just guessing, I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry, community. I'm sorry, family. You're never going to be wealthy. It bothers me when I hear people say, "Oh, millionaires, they don't operate off of a budget." Well, they're not going to be millionaires for long. They're not. Because I guarantee you, they got a CFO keeping track of what they're spending. And we've seen several millionaires who did not track what they're spending, and look at them today, broke. Do we need to name some names? A friend of mine used to budget by checking her checking account balance before every purchase. She'll open up her app, see if the money's in there. If it costs $200, if she got $250 in there, she has it. She'll just swipe. Once she started budgeting every dollar before the month began, she stopped overdrafting her account. And now she is intentionally saving and investing more. I need you to sit down this Sunday, open up the app, get inside of it, and start budgeting for next month. All right. Next month is right around the corner. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not going to feel good if you really haven't done it. But aren't you tired of not feeling good already? Aren't you tired of living paycheck to paycheck? Aren't you tired of not being able to do the things that you want to do? So if you don't change what you're doing with your money today, you're going to have the same results that you have today tomorrow and this time next year. So you got to change and really assign every single dollar to a purpose. Every single dollar. Now that's month 1. You're clear on your numbers. And now you have a solid plan. And here's what I love. And I gotta say this, man, because I just really believe and I love what we've built. You need a customized plan to yourself. This is why it took me about a year and a half to build this app with Studio. Is because I told them I don't want to build an app that everybody who has totally different financial situations gets the exact same plan. I want to build an app that John, Susie, Rebecca, Anthony, all 4 people can come inside of this app, answer 10 questions, give us their real numbers, and we give them a customized plan made directly for them that looks night and day from the other 3 people who just signed up. Thousands are already in the app, and I guarantee you, not one person can say they have the exact plan because here's the truth. We're all in different financial situations. You could be a single mother working 2 jobs. This could be a family who has great income, just poor management skills. This could be a family, a couple who don't have kids, who desire kids one day. They're going to have a totally different plan. But then you could be like me. I'm consumer debt free, but I want to invest more. I want to buy more assets. Okay, you need a totally different plan. You see, when you have a plan, now you have clarity. But here's the truth. Having a plan and clarity isn't enough. Now you need protection. Mhm, mhm. And this is what month 2 is going to cover. You got to build your safety net. I call this protection. This is week 5 through 6, right? This is when we start really building that emergency fund. Most people are, I believe it is, one emergency away from a disaster. They're one car repair away. They're one late paycheck away. I just got a call literally right before we jumped on here to record. My cousins, who I've adopted, called me. Both of them at the same time. I bought them their both of their cars, and I told them as long as they're in school, I will handle all expenses with the car outside of gas. But any maintenance, oil changes, tires, cars goes down, I told them they will have a car no matter what. All right. And right before I got on, I paused before I go there. When I bought them their 2 cars, I put a little bit more money in my emergency fund for their cars. So just in case, because I bought them old, used, quality cars. One of them, I got to say, I probably should have bought her something a little bit newer. I ain't even gonna lie. I love you, Antonia. But you know, so I upped my emergency fund. I got the call right before I got on. One needs an oil change. Cool, that's great, no problem. I don't have to go to my emergency account for it. My other cousin, who's my youngest one, she needs brand new brakes, calipers, and rotors. $1,500 out of nowhere. That was not in my budget. It just came crashing down. So this morning, I woke up with almost a $1,600 bill, and I'm like, man, like I'm not even a legit full-time father. And I already feel what true fathers and what true mothers are experiencing. And I'm like, well, thank God I have a plan, and thank God I have a strategy, and thank God I built some protection, because what if I didn't have it? What if I was living paycheck to paycheck? Now my girls are gonna be out there riding around with bad brakes. So the plan is this. I need you to put aside at least 1 month of your net pay as fast as possible. Yes, I know I used to teach set aside $1,000 emergency fund, but I don't do that no more. Respectfully, $1,000 in 2026, that ain't no money, man. I just got a call for 1,600. I just got a call for $1,600. $1,000 is not enough. It's not enough in 2026. You need at least 1 month of your average net pay. So if you make $3,000 a month net, if that is what's being deposited inside your account, you need to put $3,000 inside of your savings. You need to get inside the app, jump and click on the coach button and say, you know what, coach, I need to save $3,000. Coach, can you assess my bank statements? Because now we can look at your bank statements and tell me what is the quickest way. What should I cut out to get to $3,000? What can I cut out to get to 1 month net pay sitting inside my high yield savings? Can you assess my financial situation? I've attached all of my accounts, all of my credit cards, all my investment portfolios, all of my debt, and can you tell me what is the best way? And let's say you already have 1 month, right? The goal after you get consumer debt free is to have, I need to stop saying 3 to 6 months. The goal is to have 6 months of net pay sitting inside of a high yield savings. So that way, when life hits you, not if, life hit me this morning. Not even just that, y'all. Not even just that. Oh my gosh. Thursday, it was a Thursday morning. I get a call from Africa. I get a call from the ambassador. And she says, Anthony, I have you a meeting tomorrow morning in Africa, with government officials to get you your dual citizenship. I need you here tomorrow by 10 a.m. This is Thursday, and my interview is in Ghana, Africa, Friday at 10 a.m. The cheapest flight was $5,000. Had to get a hotel room. Had to find me a driver in Ghana. Life hit. Now, let's be honest. That wasn't an emergency. Let's be honest. That was something that I'm trying to do. But because I had protection and because I built some margin, I was able to spend $7,500 within a matter of 2 hours to get me to Ghana. Life happens. Y'all, so the key thing here is you got to open up a high yield savings account. This has to be separate from your checking account. And I need you to automate $50 to $100 per week in transfers. Per week. Per week. If you only do $50, put $50 in there. Bare minimum, I need you putting at least $50 to $100 per paycheck inside of a high yield savings account. As a matter of fact, some of you all gonna be thinking like, hey, what is a good savings account? Check out this quick commercial on some of the best check and savings accounts you can open up right now. Listen, family, if your savings account is earning less than 1%, you're literally donating money back to the banks. You see, traditional savings accounts are paying pennies, while high yield savings accounts are paying dollars. And the gap is costing you real wealth every single year. I want to get real with you here real quick. On $10,000, a regular bank might pay you $40 a year, but a top high yield savings account, that's $400 to $500 a year just for moving your money. That's hundreds of extra dollars in your pocket. No extra work, no risk, and your money stays safe and FDIC insured. Nearly 1 in 4 Americans have zero emergency savings, and most who do are missing out on free money by leaving their cash in lazy accounts. A high yield savings account is the fastest, simplest upgrade you can make to hit your emergency fund and short-term goals faster. So, listen, stop letting your hard earned dollars stay lazy. Visit anthonyo'neill.com/savings. Compare the best high yield savings accounts and open yours in literally 2 minutes. Every extra dollar of interest gets you closer to financial freedom. So please do not wait. Don't let another year go by earning pennies. Go to anthonyo'neill.com/savings. Let your money start working for you today. All right, let's get back to the show. Listen, I'll never forget a client who lost her job, but she had 1 month of her net pay sitting inside an emergency fund. She was scared. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I remember getting the email and she said, Anthony, while I was scared, I didn't panic. I said, really? She said, yeah. She said, to you, maybe 1 month of net pay, I think right around that time for her was like $4,600. She said, man, I got 30 days to find a new job. And I'm so happy because I don't have to use credit cards. I don't have to go get a payday loan. I don't have to ask my family to loan me money. And I thought the dopest thing was I don't even have to ask my boyfriend to help me because she was like, what I'm going to do is turn that $4,600, which is 1 month of my net pay, which includes her hair, which includes massages, which includes other things. She was like, Anthony, I'm gonna just bear that. I'm gonna back that down to my bare minimum to pay my rent, to pay my utilities. I'm going to buy groceries. I'm going to eat in. She said it should be able to stretch me to 2 months. So I technically have about 60 days to find a new job. That is peace. That is 60 days of peace. And here's the thing, when you don't have to rush, I did a show about this. When we can use our slow mind to strategically think and to strategically come up with a plan, we will make 78% better choices, or we're 78% more likely to make better decisions that will impact us positively in our future. But if I had only $1,000, if I had, only $500 in my account or zero, now I'm going to use my fast side of my brain and I'm going to make a hasty decision that is going to possibly cost me more money in the future. Do you understand what I'm teaching here? Do you understand why I believe this is so, so, so important? But when we're starting off with 1 month, the reason why a lot of us don't even have 1 month and we don't have yet alone 6 months of net pay is because we're still drowning in debt. So weeks 7 through 8, we're coming up with the plan and the strategy on how to literally execute a plan that can get us out of consumer debt. I recently saw a study from Harvard and it said that most people will never really experience the feeling of being consumer debt free. That it is now the norm to have a car payment. That now studies are showing that when people get towards the end of their car loan, that the majority of people say, well, shoot, I was already paying $500 a month. I may as well go get a new car so I can feel good and just keep that $500 a month. Like we are so brainwashed that we're always going to be in debt. And we're wondering why we're stuck living paycheck to paycheck. I get tired when I hear influencers say, you got good debt and you have bad debt. I just don't believe in that term. I believe in a term of debt is debt. Like you hear me clearly say I am consumer debt free, but I still have debt when it comes to a mortgage, when it comes to my assets. But my goal is to eventually get that paid off. One of the things that I love about Africa as I'm getting my citizenship, I've purchased 2 properties over there and I didn't take out a loan. I've been cash flowing them, paying them cash. While they're building, I'm giving them 20%, I'm giving them 30%. And so when I get the keys to my Ghana stuff, I am going to own it outright. And it will go inside my estate plan with no debt. And here is the dope part. As you all heard, I had my big bro on, Ben, from Ghana. Because I paid cash for that, I am more than likely going to 5x to 10x my investment into that because it will be rental properties, Airbnb properties. I'll never sell those properties because I bought them in prime real estate. So now when I die, I pass those down to my kids. And when my kids die, I'm going to have it in my estate plan. You can never sell, you only can generate monthly income. But if I was drowning in debt, if I was drowning in consumer debt, I wouldn't be able to buy this. I wouldn't be able to spend money in Ghana, in Africa, and open up a school there, a financial literacy school there. I wouldn't be able to go over there and invest. No. You see, most budgeting apps just track your spending and leave you guessing, what do I do today? But my new app, In the Black, is different. This isn't just a tracker, it's your daily money coach right in your pocket every single day. You see, every single morning, you wake up and you know exactly what to do with your money today. No more confusion, no more second guessing, no more wondering, what do I do? I'm literally walking with you step by step every single day. Whether you're budgeting, paying off debt, saving, or investing for your future, the app holds you accountable and it celebrates your wins and gives you a customized, clear plan. So you never have to wonder, what do I do today? And listen, this isn't just about numbers. You see, inside the app, you get my complete brand new estate plan course. This is my proven system to break free from debt, build real wealth. And also, we just also announced a new community of like-minded individuals. And all of this is inside the app. So listen, fam, listen. If you're tired of feeling stuck, if you want a money coach in your pocket, not just another app, I need you to go and download the app today. Go to anthonyoneal.com/intheblack and join thousands of others who already have the app, who are getting out of the red and they're getting into the black. And boy, they're having a great time. Head over to anthonyoneal.com/intheblack, and I'm gonna see you in the app. This is why In the Black, the app is so important, because once you get in, we ask you 3 questions about how much debt do you have? And I want to tell you this. For those of you all who are going to download the app, when you get to this question, please don't rush it, because the only way we can strategically help you and change your life within the next 12 to 18 months is if you're honest. I'm in $122,000.58 in debt. I'm in $30,000 in debt. I'm in $400,000 in debt. This app is designed to give you a plan, and watch this. This is so good. This is so good. When you answer the questions correctly, when you list all of your income, if you have a job, if you get child support, if you get alimony, if you have a side business, if you're an entrepreneur, when you list all of your income, Social Security, and then you list all of your bills and all of your debt, and then it will tell you, hey, based upon your current financial situation, you will be financially debt free by this year. Or let's say you don't have debt, but your goal is you want to be a net worth millionaire. Well, based upon all of your financials right now, if you invest this amount of money, you will be a net worth millionaire by this year. Everything comes back to a plan. Everything comes back to a strategy. And if you're going to get out of consumer debt, well, you need a strategy on how to get out of debt. And I personally use the debt snowball. This is when you list all of your debts, smallest to largest. You attack the smallest one with everything you got while making minimum payments on everything else. And then when you get done with the very first one, you celebrate that when it's gone. But then you take that and you put it all on to the next, all on to the next one, all on to the next one until you're debt free. But see, before, you actually had to write out your debts. Now, once you upload everything, my app does it for you within a matter of seconds. Hey, here's your debt snowball plan. I need you to pay this amount of money to that particular debt. I'm getting so many testimonies right now from in the Black community. As a matter of fact, if you are already in the Black app and community, comment below and let us know. Let them know what you love about the app. How's it helping you pay off your debt? How's it helping you save and invest? Already within a matter of 2 weeks with the app being out, man, we have people who are literally emailing me. Thank you, bro. I woke up this morning and it told me that I could be debt free by this year. But if I want to really go aggressive, I can shave off 6 months. One of the ladies sent me a very emotional email, and I didn't ask her to share this, so I'm gonna change some things because I don't wanna offend her or lose any of my community's trust. I don't think she'll have a problem with it, but I didn't ask her, so I want to be respectful. But her and her husband are expecting a child, and they want to be debt free, and they want her to be able to come home. She asked the app, with the amount of debt that we have, with the amount of income that we have, with the goal of having a child within the next 2 years, and I would like to come home. Can you give me the plan on how to make that happen? The app told them that you can do that in a year and 2 months if you do it this way. Her and her husband sat down, looked at the strategy, looked at the plan, and they said, we're going to do it. Because of their particular age, they don't want to wait too much longer. She said, Anthony, I was such a relief because a part of me did not want to get to this particular age and still be waiting to have a baby. Now, I have my thoughts on that. I think you should still go ahead and have the baby because that's just my personal thoughts, but I respect everyone's opinion. But she got emotional because she was like, we can do it earlier. We could do it earlier. That's month 2. You've got protection and you've tasted a little bit of freedom now. Like you're starting to taste a little bit of it. Now that we have clarity, now that we have protection, what do you think we got to do now? We got to start the plan and the strategy for building wealth. You got to start building wealth. You see, weeks 9 through 10, this is where I would say, man, start looking into opening your first investment accounts. 95% of people never invested a single dollar. What we're learning in our community is that some people are seriously scared. They're scared they're going to lose their hard-earned money. But the truth of the fact is, keeping it inside your bank account, you're losing money because of inflation. Some people are confused. They're confused because they hear what Anthony is saying, but they're hearing something different on TikTok and they're hearing something different on Instagram. I get it. But here's something that really bothers me. And it bothers me because I get it. I used to always tell myself, God, I'm going to do better. God, I'm going to tithe when I get more money. God, I'm going to save when I get more money. God is like, I'm confused. You're going to give 10% when you get more money and you can't give me 10% now? You're going to put away $50 when you get more money, but you spent $50 on eating out this week by yourself? More is not the problem. More is not the problem. You're not being intentional with your investing. You see, what I want you to do today is I want you to open up a Roth IRA and start contributing to a 401k, start contributing to, an index fund, an ETF. I need you to start with just $5, $10. Hear me clearly. I don't need you to do a whole lot. I get it. Times are hard. We're feeling some things in the economy right now, and I get it. Yes, the goal is I want you to get to 15% of your income. I really do. But right now, I want you to build the habit. I want you to pause this show right now. And I want you to go to anthonyoneil.com/invest and look at the top investment accounts I highly recommend. Right now, I suggest using public because their fees are amazing, super, 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 super cheap, and you don't have to put in a whole lot of money, and you can buy a fraction of a share, fraction of a company today for $5. For $5. But again, you can go to anthonyoneil.com/invest. There's several companies on that page. You can see what is the best company for you. But I need you to start the habit today. Even if you just invest into an index fund, the S&P 500 total market fund, that's cool. Put $5 into it, set it, and forget about it. One of the stories we got last week in my email from one of our communities inside the app, they asked the app, I want to start investing into a Roth IRA based upon my financials. How much can I afford to invest? The app told them $50 a month. And they also told them that if you just do that for $50 a month, within 10 years, that account could be worth $10,000. Now, y'all saying, well, 10 years? Anthony, that's not a whole lot of money. $10,000? Yeah, it's not about the money. It's about the habit. But pause right there. If if they don't put $50 in it right now, in 10 years, they'll have nothing. Some of y'all right now, some of y'all right now don't have a lot of money in your account because you said 5 years ago you were going to start. But if you just would have gave yourself $50 in that month, instead of for putting it into McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell, Ruth Chris, instead of for putting it over there, and if you just would have got aligned and put it over here, some of y'all would probably have 10, 15, 20,000 plus dollars. And here's what I can tell you, and I hope you hear me. Do not focus on the amount. Focus on building the habit. I was watching the show, this podcast, The Diary of the CEO, and he had on the expert, and he said, man, the best time to work out, technically in his doctoral experience, is in the morning because it gets your brain moving, it gets your body hot and warmed up, and you feel more alert. He said, but the problem is people have a struggle getting up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. to work out before they go to work. He said, so the very first 3 days, I need you to force yourself to wake up. He said, I need you to force yourself to wake up. And he said, ask me why. The guy said, why? Because now for 3 days, you built a habit. And now on the fourth day, your brain is going to automatically wake up at 5 a.m. So I need you to force yourself to every time you get paid, you're investing. I need you to force yourself to every time you get a possibility, just put $5 in there. And then naturally, what's going to happen? That habit is going to take over your old habits. And it's going to be so weird to not even invest. Like right now, it feels so weird if I didn't put money, watch this, inside of tithe and offerings and inside of my investment accounts. So I need you to go to anthonyoneil.com/invest. And I need you to open up an account and just start the habit. Heck, put $1 in there. Do not give yourself an excuse. Oh, I'll do it when I get paid. Oh, no, no, no. Open the account now and put money in it now. Sorry if I sounded a little aggressive there, because this is the start of wealth building. This is the start. You don't need to wait until you got 5,000, $1,000. No, 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 no. Start with what you have. But I get it. Some of y'all saying, Anthony, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I just don't have it. Weeks 11 through 12. We got to come up with some strategies to increase your income. Because the truth of the fact is, and we're seeing this in the app, that we only can cut so much expenses. We can't cut everything. So a part of the strategy, a part of the plan is, how can we generate more income? How can we create a side hustle, freelancing, consulting, selling something? How can we get a pay raise on our job? One of the things I've learned over the years that I'm starting to change a little bit is that, man, I was so big on budgeting and I still am, which is why I built the app in the black. But one of the key things that we really, 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 really need to talk about is like, how do we help people make more income? How do we help people get more money? Because I really do believe that there are a lot of you, not the majority. I think there are a lot of you that are in financial situations that if you did make more money, you would do so much better. And I get it. Some of y'all need to sell some things. Some of you all need to set a goal, let's say of $500 extra this month. Drive for Uber, drive for DoorDash, drive for Instacart. I don't know what that is. You will have to ask that question to yourself and figure out how can you generate some more money. How? I was I go to this restaurant every Tuesday to get a fish sandwich after we shoot. So I'll go there today after I get done. And there is a single mother there, and she's always working. And man, she makes drinks really good. I mean, really, really, really good. But she also loves baking. He's like, man, Anthony, if I could just get an extra $500 a month, man, my life would be so much better. I said, well, you are a mixologist. Like, you make good drinks. She started offering her bartending services for like private parties. And then also, she started selling her baking goods. Y'all, she's like mid 20s. She made an extra 1 month. She made an extra $1,000. On an average, she's averaging anywhere between $300 to $500 a month, right? And every time I see her, she just smiles. And now every time she's always asking me for ideas and concepts. And I love answering those questions for that younger generation to help them generate with more money. But I was very proud of her because the last time I went into the restaurant, her and the other friend that works there, they said, man, we want to start investing. Wait, what? Yeah, like, yeah. How do we open like a Roth IRA, like a 401k? I get it. I get it. I get it. We just need to make some extra income. That's it. You know, I think if you all can do this 90-day, first 30 days, get clear on your money, tracking, budgeting. Month two, the next 30 days, set up a plan for protection, followed by month three, the last 30 days. Come up with a strategy on how you're going to build wealth, right? Before I would have said write this stuff down and put it on your computer and put it on your refrigerator, put it on your front desk. But no, literally, I'm begging you. I am begging you to download the app. We've made this app so affordable that if your financial situation does not change in a year, it's because you just didn't listen to my coaching inside the app. That if you follow this plan inside the app for the next 90 days, you're going to be ahead of 95% of people in America. And it costs you a cup of coffee, probably 2 cups of coffee from Starbucks a month. Because the truth of the fact is, most people will never track their spending. The truth of the fact is, most people will never have a coach, a money coach. Most people will never have 1 month save. Most people will never even invest into a single stock. But I believe that my community, my audience, you're not the average person. You're different. your next level. And I literally came up with this app to make sure that my people have resources that is affordable and that is life transformation. Man, this app is amazing. And there's so much more. One of the coolest things I love about this app is that every single month, my team and I are going to be uploading new courses. Like I really want to turn this into the Netflix for finances, to where you'll be able to go in there and to really learn something. If you just started your job, okay, Anthony, I just started my job. What do I need to do with my 401k? How do I really invest it to where it's maximizing every single time I put money in it and my boss put money into it? Like, we're literally going to be breaking things down for the average person. For the average person. Do this in the next 90 days. I promise you, your life is going to change. I'm going to drop all the app information inside of the show notes, and we'll see you in the next show. Peace out.